What happens to business partnerships when divorce is finalized? Hi, I'm Tim Blankenship with Divorce661.com. If you or your spouse are involved in a business partnership, one big question is, what happens to that business interest once the divorce is finalized? Whether you both co-own the business or one spouse holds an interest in a partnership, it's critical to understand how those rights and responsibilities are handled moving forward. In California, any business interest acquired during the marriage is generally considered community property, which means it may be subject to division, just like other assets. But that doesn't mean you'll be forced to co-own the business forever. The key is deciding how to divide or offset that interest fairly. If only one spouse is part of the partnership, the most common option is for that spouse to retain the business interest, while the other receives something of equal value, like more equity in the house or a buyout from another asset. This allows the business to continue operating without disruption while ensuring both sides receive a fair share. We helped a client whose spouse owned a 25% stake in a dental practice. Rather than dividing the interest, we worked with a valuation expert to determine its worth, then structured an agreement that allowed the business-owning spouse to keep the interest while offsetting it elsewhere in the settlement. At Divorce 661, we guide clients through the process of valuing and dividing business partnerships, whether it involves small local businesses or larger professional practices. We also help draft clear language in your judgment to avoid future disputes or confusion around ownership and profit sharing. And if both spouses are actively involved in the business, you'll need to decide whether to continue working together, restructure, or agree to sell. That decision depends on your working relationship and long-term goals, and it should be reflected clearly in your settlement agreement. If you're facing divorce and need help navigating how a business partnership will be handled, visit Divorce661.com for a free consultation. We'll help protect your financial interests and ensure the business side of your divorce is handled professionally and fairly.